Hey guys, it's Card Fighter Hunter here, and today is the first day that we are working on our short Halloween maze for this year. So I'm gonna show you the design real quick, and then I'm gonna show you how we are putting it together. And so this is the finalized build. This was sort of the original one that was going to be a little longer. It was going to have this sort of thing in the middle, but we don't have the wood for that. So basically the big idea of it is it's going to be a haunted church. And then in the outside, the original idea was going to be that you're going through a forest. Now it's going to be a graveyard because you can't use, it's really hard to get, we were going to use real pieces of trees, and we can't do that. It's very hard to get real pieces of trees onto, the wood. So this finalized version, that's my sister. This finalized version is very short. I'll show you what is going on right here. So basically, this is our house, and this is right here is our porch. Just to get an idea, and then the house goes in here or whatever, and that's the garage over here. So they come in up the sidewalk up towards the porch, and there are these double doors, and it's gonna look like a church. It's gonna have this big facade with all the wood. This isn't to scale. With all the wood, it's probably gonna be closer to I don't know, maybe 15 feet, because right now just this part, we already have this part set up with the wood, and it's going to be 8 feet tall. We don't have this stuff yet. We don't have it done. So, you're going to go in. There's going to be pews and stuff. If you know what pews are, it's just the benches and stuff like that. And then we're going to have the bloody altar where you can take candy. And it's going to be super sacrilegious. Wouldn't be surprised if we get sued really hard. No. But yeah, people might hate it. So basically this scene, the way, like I said, it's going to be a graveyard now. So at the front corner of this, you go into the graveyard scene. I wanted to have a longer piece of wood right there, so that you can go up and you have to go around, because as it is, you can just go and it's really fast. I want you to actually be able to go through it and really explore the environment a bit more, so I want to take one more piece of, the sheets are I think 4 by 8 feet, so one more 4-foot piece should do the trick for that. And like I said, this is it. This is the entrance. You go towards that way and you come out this way towards the sidewalk that's there, and we're gonna have some caution tape around this whole thing, and we sort of have a tree there, and yeah, so that's basically just the general idea. So let's see how the build goes. Alright guys, so we have our guillotine here, empty space which we're going to partially use, and here's all the wood we have so far. It's all the 2x4s we have, and 1x1s I think, 2x2s or whatever. And then we have these flats, and we have a lot more flats here, so in total we are going to have 13. And here's the plans. I went over this earlier, so here we go. Alright, so the first piece is in. The first corner. Can't see it terribly well, but we're almost done. And this is the maze the morning after, just with all this stuff. We haven't, decorated it. It's just the walls. It did rain a little bit last night, so I have to wait a little tiny bit for the to paint it, to start painting. And the bush that's over here kind of got in the way, so we're gonna cover that up somewhere. And there's another bush here, and it kind of just goes out. We're gonna have stuff dangling from bars that go over the top of this thing. And it's gonna be really short, but I'm thinking if I find a way to stick another sheet like right there, like so you had to go there and then come around, you know what I mean? it would elongate it a tiny little bit, but that's it for now. It's day 2, and I'm going to show you a little aerial shot, I guess. I'm on a ladder right now. You can't really see it too well, but I'm on a ladder. Right now I'm starting the painting. Right now I'm painting the facade. So I did my first layer of white since it is a church. I will be doing more. I'll be doing another layer by hand to fill it in, because it's very blotchy, as you can see, which is kind of okay. I mean, it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to look a little run down and decrepit. So here, that's the other side. That's the other side of the facade, and we are going to paint that right after this. So here's the aerial shot of the maze. So this is it right now. That's the second room, and then the exit and the entrance is here. There's the guillotine that's going to go in the second room, the graveyard part. So this is going to be a very big room. So yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? Alright guys, so the sun is setting, and that means I don't have a lot of time left to paint. So far I have this side done, and I put a little leaf there just as, you know, graffiti, sort of aged it a little bit. And I did manage to cover this side a little bit, but I mainly started working on this wall here. And I did that, I numbered the walls, by the way, but I'm going to cover over the ones that are visible. I did this darker here because it's going to be like you're in the graveyard, and it's darker than it was when you came in, you know what I mean? And so it's going to be grayer, darker here, and then as right about here it's going to start a gradient that I kind of started working on, and then it's like you're coming back into the light, and then it'll sort of match the color that's going to be here. So that's the plan for now. try your hand for some candy. Most people succeed without any major casualties, but some, as you can see, are not so lucky. they either take candy or get a body part of your choice removed. Most choose an ear or a finger. So we advise to take the candy. Go right ahead. Hey guys, so it's the morning of November 1st. We finished up our awesome thing for Halloween last night, and it ended up looking really good, as you can see. And I'm just gonna show you some of the things that we ended up putting in that we didn't necessarily think were gonna make it. So here we have lots of chains. As you can see, there's a spider up there. It's called Church of the Dead. There's supposed to be a little bell tower, bell room up there. We had a lot of bloody handprints and stuff. And then yesterday, at the last minute at the spirit store, we decided to go get a really fancy light that you'll see in the video, or you already saw in the video, depending on where I put that video in this video. And it's really cool. It makes a really cool flame effect, and we had it, and it almost looked like a scary portal or something. So I'm just gonna go through it. We already took down pretty much everything. It's basically just walls and a couple of props. So here at the guillotine, we had the candy thing, and the candy was right here, and you had to stick your hand through the guillotine under the blade. And it actually scared a lot more people than I thought it would. And, well, even teenagers were terrified of it, I'll put it that way. It was, I was not expecting to get that kind of reaction from it. But, yeah, most people did eventually end up getting the candy. And, there were some 3D pictures here. You know, the 3D changing pictures. Like in the Haunted Mansion, but they're, you know, the cheap cutout things. And then we have the blacks, and we go into the graveyard. There were a lot of pumpkins in this area, and the fog machine was over there, which we cleaned up already. So basically all that's left now is some of the skulls and the gravestones, which are like Dollar Tree stuff. So we had this all painted black, and sort of black and mixed with a little bit of blue. And we had someone in here who was like right here, right, you know, next to the door, who would scare them when they came through. and then they would sort of retreat back here. And then we had another guy who was laying here who would then get up and chase them out, and it actually worked very, very well. And it's very short, as you can see. That's the end of it. We had these theater blacks, actual theater black fabrics that they use in fancy theaters. And you had this gate here, this sort of fence, and then they came out. And that was it. It was a lot of work for just 2 rooms. And I hope we can expand it by at least 1 or 2 more rooms next year. But we'll see. My dad wants to give all this wood back to the school because I don't know. So that was it. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time, next Halloween.